Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back. And if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. So today I'm working with some great new products. I'm starting off with this 24-ounce Colorshift Plump that I got from the Tipsy Magnolia, and I really wanted to make something that would go really cute with this particular tumbler and really enhancing the color shift that's in it. So I'm starting off with these micas that I got in the brand new Halloween mystery box from Rae Creations. This just came out a few weeks ago. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this up with 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over the tumbler and make sure that I get it fully covered. When you're putting this on, because it's a mica, you want to make sure that your lines are straight. And you want to make sure that you pop any bubbles so that you can really get the most out of this color shift look. I'm going to go ahead and let this spin for 4 hours until it is completely dry, and then we're going to be working with the brand new vinyls I have. I'm super excited because I just created, in collab with Wendy with 311 Co., a whole series of Halloween vinyls that are all neon. I love neon Halloween. So I created some really cute vinyls in 3D prints, florals, little ghosties, and this was the very first one in the series that I wanted to work with. This is a 3D floral design that I created and Wendy printed out for me, and they will be available through 311 Co. exclusively. So I am just going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and use the hinge method. I went in with a new template called Mindbender from elliescraftyco. So I did print out this template on my Cricut and I measured it up to fit a 24-ounce plump. And then I did put some transfer paper over the top of it to make applying this a little bit easier. I don't know if you guys have seen this Mindbender look before, but it is super, super cool. And I really knew that the chrome shift or the color shift would really go with this as well. So once I had it all applied on here, I'm going to go ahead and start removing every other piece of the vinyl so that you can see the color shift come through. And I'm going to just let this roll and let you see the process of bringing this vinyl to life. Now that I have everything prepared on here, I'm just going to go ahead directly and put another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy on here. I'm going to go ahead and pop any bubbles, and I am going to let this spin for another 4 hours, and then we're going to start working on the detail work. So this template from elliescraftyco comes with several different designs with it. I think there's like 4 different ones. It also comes with an offset, but I just decided to make my own little lines here and I wanted them to be super thin. This is a silver textured vinyl that I'm using that I got from Amazon, and I'll link it in the description. And I cut it to be a 0.025 by 11 inches. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just very carefully apply it. Because it's so thin, it's really easy for me to just kind of make it go in the direction that I want it to. And once I have this all done, I'll show you how I then do the other side. And you want to be really careful when you do it on the other side. It's the same method. I'm just going to manipulate the vinyl to work, but you just want to make sure that you line it up so that it all looks cohesive and flows together instead of looking a little bit off. That's the biggest thing that took me the most time with doing this. And it did take me probably about 20 minutes to do all of the outline work on here, but it's totally worth it. Now to finish it off, I'm just going to go ahead and put one line, one stripe around the bottom and then around the top. I did this one at a 0.07 by 11 inches, and I did the exact same size at the top of the tumbler as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish off the epoxy portion of this. I'm going in with another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I'm going to let this spin for 4 hours. I sanded it down really well then, and then I'm going in with 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure resin. I let that spin for 8 to 10 hours, and then once everything was done there, then I started working on the glitter butt. I thought that I was recording when I started working on the glitter butt, but I am working with a new glitter that came in the same Halloween mystery box that mica did. It is called Dragonfly Junior. It's like a little bit of a shift between a purple and a teal, but it is predominantly a purple color. I did go ahead with my UV resin and mix that together, and then I put it around the outer edge here. And then once I was done with that, I'm going to go ahead and start putting it on the inner portion of the butt. And here's where you can see where I'm actually doing that, mixing up my UV resin and the glitter and making sure that I have that all mixed up. I don't like for it to be too thick because I want it to be able to flow nicely when I'm putting it into the container. But I also want it to get full coverage, so I always do 2 layers on here. So I'm starting off with the first layer here, and I'm going to go ahead and pop any bubbles right here, and you can kind of see through that, but I'm going to be covering it up with this piece of vinyl, so that is completely fine because you're not going to see it anyways. So I just did a circle on my Cricut, and I placed the vinyl exactly where I wanted this little flower here, this rose, to shine through. It did take me a second to get it on there perfectly because I am crazy neurotic about having it exactly right there in the center. And once I had that on, now I'm going in with a little bit more of my silver textured vinyl, and I just made an outline of a circle. I did it at 1.9 inch for the actual rose, and then I did the outline right there to fit on it. I'm going to kind of shove my light in the way a little bit because it's really hard to place this and see and record at the same time. So I needed to do that to make sure that I got that on correctly. So in just a second here, I'll pull that back and you'll see exactly where I have that textured vinyl. And I did use a piece of my packing tape to apply that on instead of transfer tape. It just seems to hold it a little bit better. And now I'm going to go directly in with some of my UV resin, and I'm just going to bring it all the way around and make sure that I get it completely covered, and then I'll pop any bubbles and get it in my UV lamp. And luckily I was able to do just one coat of the UV resin on this. I did have it set up so that if I needed another coat, I could have. I had the room for it. And once it was dry, this tumbler was done, and this is the finished product. I love how everything came together. I love the fact that all of these things were delivered right around the same time. Sometimes it just works that way. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see everybody again next week. Bye-bye.